both the ring and the house. And so he's asking me now, what do I think and what should we do about this? Here's this same guy who thinks people of color are stupid.
Oh.
And I said, well, my point of view on this subject is, if a person only wants you if you can give them a ring of a certain size and can only give them this huge house that they want, maybe they're just looking for stuff. Where do you fit into this picture? How important are you? So maybe you should stop and consider this. Do you want to spend your whole life with somebody who only wants stuff and does not consider your feelings? So he thought about that. The same guy confided every personal detail to me when it was his girlfriend's birthday and he bought her a present. He bought me one. When he would go to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy plants, he would buy plants for me. Whatever he did for her, he did for me. I'm thinking, well, okay. He was always there every day. Do you have any extra eggs or any bread or whatever? I went out. So we became these really close friends. And so here's a relationship that started out on a very ugly tone. A person with very negative views of people. A person whose worldview is completely different from mine. And I didn't meet him evil for evil. And look at how that neighbor relationship turned out. Now, let's go forward to just 4 months ago. And we have new neighbors. I went over to the door and I knocked at the house and say, welcome. They wouldn't come to the door.
Oh.
Well, they got this big picture windows and it's open and I know they're there because I saw it. I knocked for about 3 or 4 minutes and nobody came, so okay, fine. We saw them once together close up and we said hi and then they grunted to us. But then, from then on, my husband speaks to them when we're out in the backyard and they won't speak.
Oh,
You
wow.
see them over here walking the sidewalk, they'll turn and go the other way. You'll say good hello to them, they hold their head down. This same problem has resurfaced.
Oh.
So I'm thinking, I had experience with an unpleasant neighbor before and look at how that turned out. So I'm going to try and apply what I learned from that situation to this one. My husband says, just ignore them, don't pay it any attention, we were just gonna move on. Well, that's one point of view, but I don't wanna live like that. I wanna feel like there's warmth in the neighborhood, that everybody gets along with each other. One day, I came home, this was the week before last. There's this huge American flag flying from their house. Well, it gave me this really bad feeling, not a feeling of patriotism, but one of white nationalists.
Oh, God.
Because usually people who have these huge flags up there are always like lightning rods for conflict. And it made me feel really bad. Like, what's the point of this? It's not like some little flag like this. It's like some huge flag you got in front of some car dealership or something. And it's like way too much. But luckily, the next day it was gone. Homeowners Association stepped in. This was nice. And so they had to take that flag down. And so I was really grateful for that. Well, I figured out that dealing with neighbors is something, and to try and overcome these obstacles requires a very delicate touch. And regardless of whatever your worldview is, it's important that everybody faces each other and tries to treat each other with respect. And so that's what I wanted to do. So I thought about my first neighbor, whose name was Les. He wouldn't speak to me. He didn't like people of color or any other ethnic group. And he held to himself every negative stereotype of everybody. But what happened to us? I let it alone, and we became good friends. So I concluded that I'm going to do the same thing with these neighbors. I'm going to keep smiling, keep saying hello, and let time take care of all of this. So as I conclude, the way I look at all of this is that we have to exercise restraint, exercise good judgment, and exercise patience when dealing with difficult situations. And I'm sure that if we do that and treat people the way we want it to be treated, that time will take care of it and peace will reign in our neighborhoods. Toastmasters.